Greetings, brothers and sisters. Hello and welcome back to Eva's House of Spirit. For those of you who are newer to this channel, I'm Eva. I just wanted to take a moment to make a short video because today I heard from someone that I know that they had an incident at their home, and it made me think of other incidents that I have heard other people have. And I thought, even though this is something that some people might think is a little common sense, I guess, it's something I think that should be said. I want to talk about candle safety. Some of you may not feel that you do things that are unsafe per se, but I can't say it enough. It is so important not to leave candles unattended. I've done it myself, and I've learned from the lesson of, not realizing that something bad could happen. I've learned that it really is important not to leave candles burning unattended. Sometimes when you're working with candle magic, there are certain spells where you are told, okay, leave this candle burning until it is completely done. Well, sometimes there are situations where you just kind of can't do that. For whatever reason, you got to go to work, you got to go to another room and do something. We have lives, we have stuff going on. So what I used to do, I used to put my candles inside of a pot, and then I would sit them in the bathtub. Granted, the bathtub I had was not acrylic coated. An acrylic coated bathtub is actually flammable with acrylic coating. But the old-fashioned bathtubs that are the iron covered with porcelain, porcelain can take thousands of degrees of heat, and iron is also heat proof. So I would move the shower curtain all the way to one side, make sure there were no bottles or any items on the sides of the tub. I would make sure there was nothing that could fall into the tub. I would put the pot in the middle of the tub, sometimes with a little bit of water, ideally at the bottom, and then I would sit the candle inside the pot. So if it fell over, if it burned all the way down, if the glass of the candle holder cracked, whatever, it was in a container within a larger container that could take heat. It wouldn't light anything on fire. I made sure that there were no windows open to blow like the shower curtain or anything else onto the flame. I used to do that. And then when I couldn't do that, the alternative, what I usually do now is if I have to put out a candle because I cannot watch it, what I will do is I will take a moment to focus on my work, and then I will take a moment and I will say out loud or in my mind, although I extinguish you in the physical, you will as yet remain burning in the astral. And then I will blow out the candle, and I will come back and relight it when I can watch it. What you're doing when you blow out the candle saying that is that you're saying, like, even though I'm pausing the burning here on the physical plane, in the astral you will continue your work. So you're allowing your magic to continue taking place while you're not endangering, yourself and your home. So that's another option. But yeah, I've known a lot of people who have had incidents. I knew one lady who had a baby at the time. Now her child is older, but at the time she fell asleep with a candle burning with herself and her child in the house, and she woke up and the glass container that held the candle had broken, and the table that the candle was on had burned, and she's lucky that it went out and didn't light the house on fire and endanger herself and her child. But it wasn't like she was intending to do anything dangerous. She just didn't stop and think, if something happens, what then? This is not a video trying to say that anyone that has left a candle burning and has had problems with the candle, starting a fire. I'm not trying to say that that person is at fault or they were wrong or they're foolish or something. I'm not saying that. We're all human beings. Things happen. I have fallen asleep with a candle burning. There was this one time that I fell asleep with this candle burning, and I just didn't think anything about it. I didn't even mean to leave it burning, and I fell asleep. And it was sitting in a pot. No, it wasn't in a pot. It was sitting on top of a stone trivet that was sitting on top of a dresser that had like a sheet of glass covering the dresser. And what happened was the candle burned all the way down as I was sleeping. There was a petition underneath. The petition caught fire. The heat traveled through the trivet, cracked the glass sheet on the dresser. And this didn't belong to me either. It belonged to the landlady. I was like, oh my God, she's going to kill me. Cracked the sheet of glass all the way in half. The wax poured everywhere, behind the dresser, all over. Luckily, it didn't light anything up. But there was such a danger there. I was living in a room at the time. I could have lit the whole place on fire without intending to, And I was like, oh my God, she's going to kill me. Luckily, when I told her about the glass, and I told her, look, I'm going to replace the glass. I'm going to give you money for it. She was cool about it. She was like, all right. I was like dreading it. I had my mouth shut for like weeks. I was so afraid. I didn't know how to tell her. But I was also like, oh my God, like I could have lit the room on fire. I could have killed myself and Nixie, it was freaky, so I've had an experience with this. I've known several other people that have had incidents, many people. This isn't like just like one or two people. It isn't just what I heard about today with one person I know. This is something that I've heard of reoccurring a lot, especially with people that, happen to be in our community. So I thought I would come on and just make this video as a PSA and just say to all of you, please be careful. Don't leave your candles unattended. If you really want to let the candle burn all the way down and you want to just, work your workings in one sitting without putting the candle, like if you can't put it in your bathtub in a pot like I described, and you don't want to pause the work here on the physical plane, if you don't want to do that, then use smaller candles. Use like a tea light, or use a Hanukkah candle, or use something smaller like a birthday candle, something that can burn down in less of amount of time so that you can watch it all the way until it's done. It's really important. People forget, things happen. Even people that aren't practitioners have issues with candles, particularly around holiday time. So yeah, I wanted to come on here and just remind everybody, please be vigilant, be aware, because I've known people that things have happened to. I've had something happen myself, and I just want to be sure that, that everyone is just aware and cautious and careful. And luckily, the person that I know, they're safe. Everyone in their home is safe. It was unfortunate what happened, but luckily everything's going to be okay. Items can be replaced. People can't be. So it's really important that when we work our workings, when we work with things like incense, or when we work with things like, fire spells for banishings, when we work with candles and stuff, that we're really aware of safety. When we work with anything, really, anything utilized without care sometimes can be, potentially just about anything can be dangerous. So just be mindful and be vigilant with the things that you utilize. Even if you're just burning a candle in your home for fragrance, because sometimes I will do that. Or sometimes, even if you're just burning a general intention candle, just be aware, be careful, because things could happen. And I want to be sure that all of you are as safe as possible. Okay? So with that, I'm going to wish you all blessed be and ashe. Please don't discount what I'm saying. You know, things happen. Some people, you know, you kind of, you forget, you know, you feel like nothing happens until it happens. So all of you have a great day. Until our next exchange, until next time, you all stay awesome. And bye-bye for now.